Apparently, we are at the tail end of the short rain season, but the rains continue to pound various parts of the country with a vengeance. Just this evening, a 56-seater bus is said to have been swept away by the raging waters along the Maimahi Road. No deaths were reported in the incident. We spoke to a motorist who was behind the bus.
All of us were stuck in between here because we cannot move. Neither, we cannot go back to Narok. I know we can get it through where the water cut the road.
But it's not Narok alone that has tasted the heavens' wrath. Large areas of Koibatek district were also devastated by floods.
5 people have been reported dead, swept by the floods, the raging floods that happened last night. Now we have come and found out that 132 families or households have been affected in the areas of Atenai, here also in Makotio, in the areas of Bucharest.
With houses submerged, the families have had to relocate to higher ground. The Kenya Red Cross Society has moved in to donate blankets and utensils to the affected families. Residents lost household goods and livestock. The intensity of the rains has indeed been greater in some areas like in Koibatek, Narok, Naivasha, Turkana and Nairobi compared to others. Weathermen say this is to be expected.
The rainfall belt is moving from the north at the beginning of October through to the central parts of the country and into the south. But it lingers more in the western parts of the country due to the fact that we have a lot of moisture incursion from the Lake Victoria, from the Congo forest.
The effects of the heavy rains have been severe, yet the meteorological department warns that we have not seen the last of the downpour.
We are going into a period that we call the dry period, January, February. That's generally dry across much of the country. So what we are seeing now as we go into January, February, the rains we are seeing, they are what we would call off-season rainfall, which tend to be a bit enhanced when we have El Nino.
The meteorological department had predicted that the intensity of the October to December rains would be greater following the detection of the El Nino phenomena in June last year. In some parts of Nairobi, days of heavy rains have rendered roads impassable for pedestrians. The slums like Mukuru kwa Kayaba are wet and soggy. Sylvia Chebet for Sunday Live.